Hello, my name is Erica, and welcome to this week's Battle Report on Tried and True. Special shout out to our Warmachine meta, who created the incredible 3D terrain featured in today's game. The winter effects are amazing, thank you so much. If you enjoy our content, please consider subscribing to the channel and keep up to date on our bat rep and podcast releases. If you would like to support the channel directly, a link to our Patreon can be found in the video description below. Our match today was recorded using the 2021-2022 Steamroller Rules Scenario 4 Invasion. Introducing his army of Trollbloods, led by Doomy1, is returning player Andy. Welcome back. Please discuss your strategy and thoughts going into today's match.
I'm playing Warlock Doomshaper 1, Shaman of the Gnarls. I'm playing this in Storm of the North for my Hammer Bros, Rock and Mulg. I also have Pirate Troll in there for the Animus. Rock and Mulg are just, they take goad really well, and they're really interesting workhorse heavies. I have a Dunian Archon, Boomy 3, Madrak 0 with an Axer for Rush, a single Whelp, full Creelstone with a Northkin Elder, a unit of Battle Bears, a full unit of Raiders, and a unit of Valkyries. The list kind of is anchored by the two heavies. Being able to goad slash hoof it on either of those heavies can really make them yo-yo and get weird places. Doomy1's spell list is insane. It can do a lot of different things, especially if you're playing into Hordes. We'll see how it goes during the game.
Premiering for the first time on the channel is the Army of Skorne. Leading a 75-point Masters of War list is one of our founding community members, Paul. Great to have you back. Can you please share with us your list composition and model choices going into the game?
I'm super happy to be back, thank you. So I ended up bringing Skorne today. They are absolutely wonderful, and they are being led by Naaresh. And before you start to say anything, he's pretty good. He got updated, and he's just been a lot of fun to play since they ended up changing up his whole blood token mechanic. Absolutely love this guy. So within his battle group, he has Marquette in order to help out with the Harmonious Exaltation. I have Tiberian, who I'll be calling Tibbers this whole entire game, a Bronzeback, a Titan Sentry, the Terrorizer, who is his bonded war beast, by the way, which is pretty cool, an Archidon, and an Agonizer. For my solos, I have a Willbreaker in order to hand out Tough and Puppet Master where it's necessary, and I got Makeda 0 with a Kreia. And I have a unit of Centrati, the Tyrant Commander, and Standard Bearer, and 2 min units of Beast Handlers, and the Centrati have Vorkesh attached to it. I'm really super excited to play this list. I love Naaresh with Titans. It just scratches an itch that I don't really get with many other casters. The Bronzeback Titan by far is the corner piece of this because of its Leadership Titan's ability. It helps out in just the Fury management, so that way that more Titans can do more work. And with the armor buff between like the shields with the Titan Sentries, and then the Unyielding for the Bronzeback Titan with the Agonizer's Gnawing Pain and Naaresh's Feet, they just get this stupid armor, and it's just a fun time. So I'm really excited to see what these elephants are going to go do in the middle of the snowy, wasteland, and we'll see what happens.
Can the Shaman of the Gnarls, leading an army of Northkin, withstand the military might of Naaresh and his forces? Let's get to the table and roll off.
We are in Winter Wonderland. The terrain here, we have rubble up top and in the middle.
So the rubble, it's actually like set up as a lumber mill, so it's a bunch of like pieces of wood, little places like to cut the wood, so really, really neat.
We have 2 forests in the middle and 1 down the bottom. We have a big fluffy cloud in the top.
It's all cotton balls. It's wonderful.
We get a pond in the bottom left, and we have a big rock in the middle. Alright, so I won the roll to go first. I have everybody set up sort of with my big unit of Raiders up top. I'm trying to make sure they don't get eaten by an Archidon right away. I'm going to start off by using my Rune Bearer to Harmonious Exalt Doomy1. Doomy's going to put Fortune on the Raiders. They take Fortune really well. They can get 2 attacks if they kill anything in melee. So rerolls on both melee attacks and range attacks are always good. Doomy's going to throw Guardian Beast on himself, just in case anybody gets anywhere close. A fully boosted Mulg or Rock attack is not something anyone really wants to deal with. I believe he dumped his remaining fury onto the stone. Stone's going to awaken itself and pray for speed. A couple guys can get it. Rock is a Northkin model, so we will get the +1 speed, so we can run a whole 12, which is always fun. He runs and riles up. The Pyre Troll also runs. We're running with the Valkyries, just to kind of position for that zone later. Boom Howler is going to hoof it on the stone unit, and then he's going to run as well. We're going to run up the Raiders. They're going to hide behind that rock up there, trying to stay outside of, I believe, 13 from the Archidon. He does have Rush on that side of the board, so that Archidon can really reach out and touch stuff. He doesn't really have guns, so I don't have to worry about spacing too much, but they're just going to kind of push up the board and kind of just hold on to that zone as long as possible. Madrak Zero is going to throw Bracer onto his Axer for 2, and then he's going to rush Mulg, casting the Axer's Animus, and goodbye Forest.
I have to say, I really do like the setup of that, where you can pull the pieces away, depending on what you need to interact with. I think it was a good design choice by the people who made the terrain here.
Yeah, I really wish I was able to start putting stuff back, but I think I just held onto that forest the whole time. So the Axer ran and riled. The Dunian Archon ran up into the forest right behind them, and then we hoof it the stone, and that ends my turn.
Okay, so it is my turn now. So Andy's going to be able to really throw a bunch of people out there. He's just telling me about his threat ranges. I'm asking him about Mulg because he can just go downtown, and then I'm just measuring sticks to stay out of bear range. So
you can see my bears off in the distance there next to the cloud.
You always have to be prepared for the bears because they'll just get into your back line. They'll just mess up. And the thing is, I have beast handlers, right? So I need to make sure that they stay safe. I don't want him to gum up my Centrati on the bottom. So I actually deployed in a way so that the Centrati were going to be able to contest that bottom circular zone. And then I have my war group, my battle group is all pretty much on the north area of it, just so that way they can go into the rectangular and the circular zone. And I'm trying to think that'd probably be a good way to contest it. So I have the Tyrant Commander giving these guys Pathfinder, just so that way it's a little bit easier for them to get through that forest. And they're going to end up taking a Shield Wall Order, and they're going to just go ahead and move on up. I had Makeda. I was considering if I wanted to go and put Serenity up on them in order to keep them safe, as well as give them a little extra movement. But I was worried about Mulg's Berserk and Overtake nonsense. This is me thinking about how do I want to go and face these guys out so I don't lose them all. So I played very conservatively with them, just because I didn't want to lose, 20 points worth of models to a big old beast, with all my heavy hitter guys up there at the top. So I'm just measuring the stuff out there. I'm pulling some Centratis back, and you'll see how I end up putting them into the forest in there and setting them up to be able to contest that bottom zone the next turn.
They got Pathfinder from your 2-man unit, right?
Yeah, the Tyrant Commander. So he has that, he has Push to the Limit, and he also has Revelry, which allows models to stand back up if they have Tough. And what's really great is that with the Willbreaker, because he can hand out Tough from Flesh Hardening, really awesome model to have in order to just keep your boys in the fight. But Centrati naturally have Tough and Steady when they have Tyrant Rakesh. So this is me trying to figure out where I want to throw Makeda to do a Kreia Aura, because I'm worried about the Northkin Raiders and chucking bombs and just randomly dying from stupid blast damage. But I then end up, before moving anybody, I throw the Titan Bronzeback up there. Reason why is that he needs to be up there, so that way when all the other Titans and Titan models, that's every single thing except for the Archidon and the Kreia, when it ends up ending within his command range, they lose a Fury. So it's really kind of funny where it's just wait, you have 7 Fury out. It's nah, they most of the Fury's gone because of that really fun interaction. So this is the Terrorizer throwing Rush. He threw Rush on the Kreia. So instead of having Makeda go all the way up there, I have the Kreia go up there. So it only moves up. It's 8 inches from Rush, and then puts the Kreia Aura up, and it's there in order to make sure everyone is all safe and getting that +2 defense and armor from the range attacks. So, if he just drifts the grenades, I feel very, very safe on that. I also have the bronze bag set up in a way to countercharge anything that will go in onto my box. Countercharge is really, really fun with that model. Here's my sentry just running on up. He runs basically for free because of him ending within 7 of the bronze bag. Arcanon moves behind the rock. He just wants to be a harassed piece of going up behind the rock, attack a few things, and then go back behind it. This is me shuffling some tokens around. I think I'm now going with Naaresh and figuring out where everyone's going to go be. Yep, Marquette goes to do Harmonious Exaltation, so I'm a little bit smarter with my Fury management. And he ends up throwing Lamentation up. Andy is playing Doomy 1, and Doomy has bad spells I do not like. He has one, was it Rampager? What is it?
Yeah, Rampager is the one where I steal your beast.
Yeah, and I'm bringing a beast brick. So I'm like, well, if he's gonna go and cast it, I'm gonna be 12 inches away. So that way, if he's within 12, he'll not be able to get hit by that. And then I move all the beast handlers there. So this is when you start deploying your bears. I'll let you get back into this then.
Yep, Paul didn't really give me much to ambush on, but I feel like this is still a good turn to ambush, because it's really going to distract a portion of his army from actually getting in on scenario. And I can kill a couple of the little whippy dudes in the back.
Leave them alone.
I mean, there you have a lot of them. So I know his Archidon's standing behind that rock to do lightning strike shenanigans, and I would rather him not do that. So I think I'm just going to try and put a bunch of dudes in the way. Right now I'm trying to figure out if that Titan... Is that a gladiator?
Which one?
The one that I'm measuring to see if he has cover or not.
Oh, that's the bronze back.
So the bronze back, whether he has cover, he does not. He's not within 1 inch of the rock. So my plan here is going to be to Rampager him and try and kill his own Terrorizer.
Yeah, it's like, please don't do that.
Basically just turn him around. So I'm essentially going to stand back. I'm going to give Molg rush, and he's going... both of our objectives are the fuel cache, by the way. So we both have Pathfinder. I'm giving Pathfinder to Molg this turn.
Yeah, there's so much difficult terrain on this map. Like it was.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Easy decision to make.
Yeah, so I'm starting with some easy stuff. I'm keeping my Valkyries outside of... What do they threaten? 11? 12?
I don't know, man. You played them.
Your spear dudes.
Oh, my guys.
No, your spear dudes.
They threaten 12 inches with Serenity, and
yeah. So I'm running all of my Valkyries to stay out of 12 of them and into the zone. So I'm forcing you to have to contest that zone. I'm still puzzling out my my fun little steal your beast play, and then we do more easy stuff. I charge one bear in, and I spread them out a little bit, and such. So the bears do have gang. But I don't feel like I need gang in order to deal with 2 dudes in robes support models. So bear 1 charges, eats 2 dudes. I spread them out enough so that he can't get 1 beast to go kill everybody.
Yeah, that was really cool about you spreading them out, because I'm used to seeing everyone just run all the bears up, and let's say like I would maybe throw Tibbers to go take care of all of it, but I'm not going to go and use Tibbers to go kill 1 bear. So. That's really, really cool that you did that.
Yeah, gang is a really good rule, but it's not always required. If Mat 6 does the job, Mat 6 can do the job. So right now, Molg tramples up his 7. He's in 10 inches of the bronze back. Doomy is just going to inch over. He upkept both of his spells for free. My theme benefit in Storm of the North means I can upkeep spells on Northkin models for free. So Fortune stays up on the Raiders, and he also has great power, so I can upkeep on myself for free as well. So I just cast Rampager on the bronze back, and now I realize just how just how absurd Skorne models are when it comes to the overhang.
So
Molg is pretty bad. Molg is pretty bad himself, as we'll see later. But that giant club is annoying. But having these tusks on everything, so I get the bronze back out of the zone. I walk him towards facing the Terrorizer, and I miss. The bronze back's Mat 7. I was hoping to obliterate it. I'm going to do a fun little stranglehold on the butt of the of the Bronzeback as well, so that he has to sacrifice either his attack phase or his movement phase. So all he's really going to be able to do with that Bronzeback is try to walk somewhere. And now I'm just that is where the Bronzeback is now.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm kind of proud of myself for that play, but it doesn't really accomplish too much. It just kind of keeps that heavy on your side of the board for another turn. You have a lot of other heavies up top.
I just want to say this, is that I thought Lamentation was going to be good against it. I didn't realize Mulg was a arc node for you. So,
well, weirdly enough, Mulg is not an arc node. He just has an Animi that he casts to allow me to channel spells.
Gotcha.
So it's weird. He's not technically an arc node. The stone walks around. The stone is not getting lucky with rolls for awakening itself this game.
It's a sleepy stone.
I think it still only has like 3 or 4 when it has a max of 7. So I am pressing forward with the raiders. I'm not going to bother to throw at anything because I'm not really. Everything is high enough armor where drifts aren't going to do much. So I am just going to try and bully him his sentry just to stay on his side of the board. Everything being medium based just means tramples are kind of out of the question, which is kind of neat. And I kind of leave a little bit of a spot for the Archidon to come in, but it can't charge anything because it can't see anything, so it won't be able to get in the zone. The Axer, I think, rushes itself and just walks up. The Dunean Archon positions just to be annoying for if he tries to kill something and doesn't have a whole lot of fury to work with. The Pirate Troll just moves up, puts some fury on itself. Riles. You know, the real word for that. And then Rock is going to be very conservative right now. He's just towing that middle zone and riling himself up to get me up to my 7. Then Mulg hoofs it. Hoof it is so good on an arc node that you don't have to give away now.
Yeah, now he's like now anywhere close for me to go deal with. Okay, so this turn, trying to figure out how I can play the Skorne long game in order to still be able to contest and do what I need to go do in order to potentially set up later. Now I have bears in my back line. When I find with ambushing models, if you don't have quality things to go deal with them, what's really good is just to throw poop boys at them. So I was like talking to Annie, I'm like, I can't throw Tibbers there because that's a 16 point beast going to go fight them, who could easily kill them all, but it's just such a waste of a model. So I think I'm going to go and have Naaresh go down there and go be a hero, which would be fun. He has Cyclone, so he's able to go attack a thing and then Cyclone back, or also have the Lightning Strike from the Archidon. So this is me just like measuring some threat ranges. I want to like try to attack the box and ding it up a little bit, see if I could do like just some kind of chip damage to it. But I really want to focus on contesting this bottom zone with the Centrati. So I end up deploying them in a way where the one's going to go ahead and charge the box, and then the other ones are going to go and take care of the other space in the bottom area, just to set up for the Valkyries on the next turn on there. At this time, I believe I'm just asking for I think just like stats, or maybe like the threat ranges, or maybe it was with Mulg having his Berserk and stuff in there. So anyway, have the Tyrant Commander go up there. I give them the Pathfinder so that they can get out of the woods, and from there I throw Serenity on them from Makeda, and then they end up going up. So the one goes up there, he's within range of the box, and then this is when you choose countercharge with Doomy.
Yeah, Doomy doesn't go 3 inches. He just kind of inches through the box to try and just whack this guy. He wants to stay outside of 12 of the other ones, so he doesn't get himself charged as well. So I hit him with a little countercharge, and I miss. So Doomy's just going to stand there.
And I look at him, and I'm like, huh.
Doomy, Boomy. Boom Howler.
Too many. So here's me moving my Centrati up. I end up like moving them into a shield wall position, but then Andy ends up reminding me that, hey, like they're not ending in shield wall, so you can't. Yeah,
if you the thing about their mini feat is that if you run with them, they're not able to reposition. So you want to put them where they want to end up. So if you want to use their mini feat, you have to already be in shield wall.
Yep, so I end up spreading them out just so that way they don't get the berserking overtake from, or berserking from mold. So, and they're set up to receive hits from the Valkyries, which I feel confident, like, getting hit by the Valkyries and then having them move up the following turn. So he ends up charging the box and does like 3 damage to it, something like that. It was pitiful. Am I right?
It was like 4.
Yeah, it was like 9.
Box is armor 20 right now because the stone affects it.
Ugh. Yeah, absolutely gross. So that's there. So Centrati are doing their thing. And then at this point, I go and take a look on how I'm going to go deal with this top zone. So I have the sentry go up, and the sentry hits with the halberd, ends up hitting with his tusks, and I end up killing the trolls that are there. And then he throws up his retaliatory strike Animus, and he's only at 2 fury because of awesome bronze back. I then end up having the Archidon then go, and I have the Archidon fly over the big old rock. I think you're measuring to see who's within armor range. So Archidon ends up moving up in there. He's going to go and Lightning Strike, and this is when you reminded me that you don't have to pay for Lightning Strike immediately to begin with, but I instead just use it to boost the attack then. So I boost the attack to try to do a crit pitch, because those are always fun. I end up critting, sorry you didn't see it, it was like a 3-4-4, and I do throw him into the other troll. They were close enough. And then from there, this is when you and I are talking about the collateral damage. So I will be...
yeah, so I use the Dunian Archon here to ignore the original pitch damage.
Yeah.
So that you don't get a nice little free lightning strike. So I'm fine with them both dying if they have to.
Yeah.
But you don't get a lightning strike from just throwing a guy into the other guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, everybody. I'm really bad with the rolls. Every single time I have to always look at the roll book. So he just reminded me about that, so I was thankful about that. I end up hitting the troll again, so I am able to get the lightning strike. I look to go put him behind the rock, but because this is a score, I want to make sure that he doesn't actually end up scoring that zone. So instead, I put the Archidon up there at the top. And then from there, this is me just trying to figure out where I want to move everybody else and where I want everyone to go. I believe I'm going to go ahead and move Tibbers out of the way here, if I remember correctly, on this.
The Archidon play was smart by you, by the way. The only things I can get on that Archidon now are Raiders. So
yeah.
With Long Leash, you can just kind of be places.
Yeah. I'm oh yeah, that's right. I was still trying to get Tibbers to go there, and I remember I was like, I need him to be within 7 of Bronze back. So just trying to angle it in the way we're just spending some time finagling the measurements with that. And I appreciate it. My scenario play is never really good, so when I do little things like that and I actually remember to play the scenario game, to me that's a win, and that makes me like super happy. Because I don't get a lot of games in, so it makes me feel good that there are some basics that I still remember.
Yeah, you definitely pressured me on scenario this game. Like, I mean, we're both playing very cagey right now.
Mm-hmm. So I end up putting a proxy down for Tibbers there because tusks are a thing. And now I have to go figure out how I want to go deal with the bears. This is me then saying, okay, how about I go and have the Kreia go? The Kreia is going to go and try to do a paralysis shot. So he's going to walk to be within 8. He's going to go ahead and boost the shot into the bear, and he is going to miss terribly. So he misses, and I'm a little sad. I'm like, whatever, it's fine. And then I have to figure out how I want to go and deal with this. And then at this point, I'm like, alright, I think I need to get Naaresh into here. So I throw the Whippy Boys into, like, just gumming him up at this point, and Naaresh is ready to go and play. So I'm really excited about this. I ended up having all this fury in there. I'm trying to remember why. Oh, wait, that's right. It was the life trait, because he's able to upkeep spells by taking damage, and he has hyper regen. So there's no reason for you to pay fury to up these spells. Just keep on taking the damage from him, and you're good to go. So I end up combo striking the bear, and I just obliterate the bear. It was like a 5, 6, and 4, like on my damage roll. No tough check, combo strike. It was incredible. And yeah, just like you reach for the tough, like, go tough. So he ends up lightning striking back up, and I believe I pop my feet as well because I just want the armor buff in there. I absolutely love his buff, making sure I'm out of kill box range as well. I don't have to worry about the rest of those bears. And now I'm just going to go and reposition my Bronzeback right behind the rock. He's going to try the same thing as he did last time. He throws up his Unyielding Animus, and then I throw the Agonizer up there to do Maddening, and he's there in order to go get that extra armor buff, at least within 8 inches of him. And then from there, I end up just shifting some models around. I have the Whippy Boys go on up, and they're hanging out to go and do work to Naaresh the following turn. And then Willbreaker, I'm like, I'll move him over here.
Alright, so you're contesting everything, and you have a lot of armor currently on all of your beasts. So, as I sit here and I get all my fury back, I go, maybe I probably don't want to just interact with your beasts at all this turn. My intent this turn is to try and score at least 2. My original intent here is the bottom zone can probably be cleared since you're not in shield wall right now. So as long as you don't get a bunch of lucky tough rolls, I should be able to clear that zone. And I'm going to try and do a just a charge and hoof it with Mulg, just a little yo-yo just to kill your box. I am not anticipating clearing that middle zone because that is a very tanky Bronzeback sitting there, hiding behind that rock, and I do not want to have to deal with him this turn. So I am puzzling out the turn, making sure I have all the pieces in place that can go do that. I'm mostly concerned about killing the box. That's plan number 1, because that's the easiest thing that I can accomplish. I don't think I'm going to get a whole lot out of Doomy this turn, so instead of really casting anything consequential, I just plan on wiping his upkeeps off the board.
No, my Sorelity.
Yeah, Dissolution's nice, and then especially when you have a caster that doesn't really want to have to keep casting things, like MK3, it's good to just force her to use up her fury.
Yeah.
So
There's another issue
moving.
with MK3 as well, because I'm running her with a Kreia. At most, she can only get 3 Fury a turn, and she's a Fury 4, so in some cases...
Yeah, her beast is the only thing that... She just has the light, right?
Yeah, so she's going to have to, like, the cut in order to get more and stuff. Ugh, it's like, yeah, not super good. So I think this is you trying to figure out what to do with Boomy and how to deal with this Centrati?
Yeah, so I rushed with the Axer on Mulg, so Mulg will have Pathfinder. Boomhowler walks up and I believe hoofs it Mulg and then takes a big swing at the Centrati. They can't be knocked down, so he doesn't get trash, but he does kill him with a power 13.
Yeah, Tough and Steady is so nice with the Centrati. Sometimes it's great and it works, other times you don't roll any tough checks.
I'm playing Trollbloods, so I agree. So the Valkyries can't really get in to use their shields, but I am going to charge them in just a gang, take out the beginnings of this zone. I'm going to have to try and kill 2 more guys in order to do it. They're mat 8 right now against defense 11, so they do a little chip damage with their power 12s. I think the second one kills them.
They are defense 13
thankfully.
from set defense, but you still hit them anyway.
Yeah, gang's very good. We're going with the stone. So I think we just go speed again, because I don't think I am getting anything out of the strength on the warriors or the cold damage this turn. But we do roll for 3, so our aura is finally serviceable. We harmoniously exalt Doomy, and then I think he just... he puts the Pyrotroll Animus for 1 on Mulg, and then he Disillusion.
This is you trying to figure out which spells go away, so we know the Sorelity goes away, and then...
Yeah, I didn't realize I wasn't in range for your Lamentation. 16 inches feels like the whole board, but it really isn't.
Yeah, so I have Makeda take 3 damage, but I think I just transferred to the Kreia. So.
Yeah, Doomy is in no danger right now, so he just throws the rest of his stack onto the stone to max it out, I believe. Here's Mulg. Mulg charges the box, gets within 2 of the box.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I am not aware that his Bronzeback has countercharge.
Under Naaresh feet turn, nonetheless.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, maybe I inadvertently engaged the Bronzeback, and I totally didn't.
Yeah, he did.
So it's strength a billion, right?
It hits. He trucks you for a bunch of damage, and he knocks out your mind. It was amazing.
Mulg's brain is gone.
Yep.
Arm 21 Mulg brain is gone. So that's not good. So thankfully, I auto hit the box. So I'm gonna just continue my charge. I'm a little flabbergasted right now. I'm like, this armor 25 model.
26, sir.
Sorry, this armor a lot model is in my face, and now I have to figure out what I want to do about it. So I swing on it. I do take so Mulg does have an ability that he gets to swing back on you. He's got Primal Rage.
Yep.
So he does swing on you for free. I think he does a couple damage. I do kill the box, and then I start to buy an attack. Realizing that I'm not going to get enough damage on you after buying like one or two attacks. So then I buy and boost to try to roll 2 dice. Just to pray for crits, I think, is what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm just going to buy with the club and try my best to critical smite you.
Yeah, we're talking about the math. We're talking about the math right now on like why the Bronzeback's so high. So it's 19... 2 because of unyielding, seconds of 21, 24 from the feet, and then basically 26 from the agonizing pain. But
well, yeah, the agonizing pain ignores my Pirate Troll Animus. All right, so I'm buying and boosting to hit.
Yep, and
I roll boxcars.
He did it
on my last attack.
He did it, everybody.
So I crit slam him 5 inches out of the zone. He does take Pathfinder. He does take the lack of Pathfinder, so it's a little shorter than it would have been. But it does run over 2 dudes, including the leader of the Centrati.
No, my mini beats.
Murders those guys and kicks him out of the zone. So I was not anticipating scoring that center zone. Now I am scoring that center zone.
That was huge for you. Like, I wasn't expecting that either.
That was a super lucky boxcars. Like, I was just praying. I was like buying and boosting. I'm like, all right, it's only 2 dice. Here we go. I am just moving the Raiders up. They are using Fortune and missing a bunch, but they're just kind of taking up space in that zone. You got 3 heavies over there versus my 13 points of Raiders. So if they take multiple turns to get through those Raiders, then I'm happy. Like that's kind of what they're just doing. What they're there for. They're a big funnel. Dunian Archon moves up a little bit again. She hasn't had a good opportunity to prevent a whole lot of damage rolls. Just because with beasts, it's like when they buy, it's like, why bother? You're just forcing them to run a little hotter.
This is you doing the Pirate Troll to try to shoot me.
Yeah, the Pirate Troll's going to walk up. He doesn't really want to get charged by a bunch of stuff, but the Valkyries are in the way. I think the closest guy is engaged, so I'm going to boost on the guy who's not engaged, get within 10 inches of him, blow him up. No, that one, Paul.
Ah, my gosh, it doesn't matter.
And then I realize I'm not going to be able to score this bottom zone, because this guy's engaged at defense 15, and I just roll a drift on...
No, I think you... Oh, okay, gotcha. I thought you still hit
I just roll a drift, try to set some stuff on fire, and don't. So I don't score this bottom zone, unfortunately. It got really, really close to it.
That's right. You got 2 points because of the rectangle and the objective. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Rock moves up a little bit. He really wants to go play a fun game of Berserk / Goad, but it's not happening so far. I move him just out of reach of the Bronzeback.
This is you going with the bears.
Oh yeah, so the bears are really bad at clearing themselves off. So you did a good job of just gumming them up enough to make it so they don't get all the way into your backline.
Yeah, here we go. All right, my turn. I grab on my Fury.
Sorry, this is bottom of 3, and I scored 2 according to the top of the screen there.
I had to do a threshold check on their Archidon. It's fine. Threshold 9, I rolled an 8 total with the Fury on it, so he can still play the game. And then just trying to figure out how I'm going to go deal with this. So my goal is to have the Centrati go off and try to attack the Pirate Troll, the Valkyrie that's there in back. I see that the Bronzeback is, he's up. Oh, sorry, he is knocked down, but I forced him to stand up, so he's up there. And I'm wondering, do I want to go and have him go in the middle zone, or do I want to have him go into the bottom zone to make it harder for him to score that? So I decide to have the bronze back go off and fight in the bottom area, and I want to have the Will Breaker go up there because he has the I don't remember what the rule is, but it's the one that allows him to force if beasts are within his command range. So he's gonna.
Oh, he gives him a bubble that you can still force beasts, right?
Yeah. So that's my plan down there. Arcanon activates. He's going to go off and do some attacks and stuff. So I have him. I think I have him boost an attack to go ahead and just try to kill what are guys over there to try to be within 1 inch of both of them. And I'm like wondering if I want to go in lightning strike or not. I think he misses. I end up buying an attack. That's right. I hard rolled it. I bought the second attack. I end up hitting him. He dies, and then I lightning strike. And I decide to lightning strike him up into the top. In there. Oh wait, no, he does not lightning strike. No, wait.
No, I don't think he had the fury for it.
That's right. I was only at 3. Okay, here's the bronze back. Me working on this. Before I do that, because I checked to see if he's within control range of Naaresh, and then I realized that he would not be, so he wouldn't be able to force anything. So before I move,
killing my dudes, by the way, healed Mulg a little bit from the Doonian Archon.
Yeah, I did. It just doesn't die. This is him running up in order to keep everybody within forcing range. He's within 1 inch of both of them. So he ends up charging for 1. I boost the attack because I want to go kill pigs, and I end up forcing you to do a tough check, and I believe that one dies, and then I buy an attack on the other one. It's not buy an attack, I boost the other attack, I hit her, and then she ends up dying, and then...
no, she toughs there.
She toughs, and then I have to go and... I have to go ahead and buy another attack on it, so he ends up being full up on there. He ends up being full. I think he probably ended up boosting a damage roll just to make sure that I actually killed them, because I wanted the Centrati to go in and attack.
Yeah, I think he's on 5. You see 4 there, but I think he's on 5 right now.
Yeah, his big old mane is in the way. So this is just me moving my models around. Very upset that I've not made one single tough check, and now I don't have the defensive formation, so I don't even have that option. So that Centrati is an awesome guy. He kills that Valkyrie. And at this point, I at least have some stuff that's in the zone that's making it so he can't score it. And I'm really happy.
Yeah, the big thing here is you killed that unit.
Yeah, I killed the unit.
I can no longer score this zone. Like, I can't really do a whole lot.
Yeah. So, like, one thing that you can go to and do it, and again, like, I just try to look for specific things that it's like, hey, this is, like, ways to do good games and everything. Dan ended up talking to me about when you're playing scenario, figure out what are the pieces that can score the zones and just go for those pieces. Because if your opponent can no longer score those specific scenario elements, you can literally just tell it to shove off, and you can just go play your own game at this point. So
it saves you from having to contest and do things you don't want to.
And I don't have to put a lot of thought into the bottom zone anymore. So I can just kind of like, okay, that's now clear. What do I want to go do now? So at this point, I think this is me having Tibbers going up, and Tibbers ends up using his big ol' club and his tusks and just, swings at a bunch of guys. The Agonizer is behind the rock. He did Gnawing Pain to try to keep Tibbers alive. So we throw him over there so everyone knows that he is over there now.
Continues to regenerate.
Yep. I'm preparing to engage. This is me using the Kreia to try to do another boosted Paralyze, and I do it. It was amazing. So I paralyzed.
I think you rolled all 6s here.
No, that wasn't this one. That was the next one. But yeah, I paralyzed it. So he's paralyzed now. And now I'm like, okay, what do I want Naaresh to go do? So Naaresh has got updated with a really awesome ability with his blood ability. So originally, old Naaresh would lose all of his blood tokens at the beginning of his turn, like the cadence phase or control phase, whatever it was. Now he only removes D3. So there's a chance that he just still has all the tokens at the end. So this is just me moving my Whippy Boys up there, and that's why I have 2 small units of them, because they're there literally with Naaresh. They're power 8s on an armor 15, so it's unlikely that they'll do damage, but they have anatomical precision, so they'll only do 1. I now am realizing that I didn't have to roll my... no, I didn't have to roll any attacks because he's automatically hit. I just have to roll my damages. So
yeah, I think you were just rolling damage there.
Yep. So I end up hitting him, like, I hit him for 1. One guy hits him for 2 damage, and then it's 1-1. So he hits for 5. He ends up going, he's going to hyper-regen. So he hyper-regens, I think, like, 2, I want to say? So, yeah, he took 5 damage, but he ends up getting 2. So he ends up combo striking, killing, I think, the bear handler. And then...
yeah, that gets rid of gang.
Yeah, it gets rid of the gang. And then I just end up cycloning back. He ends up supposed to be Life Drinker. He has the ability to heal when he kills a thing. So I don't take that role now. I think I do it like a little bit later. It's just me making sure that I'm not going to kill box myself and all that other stuff. So Naaresh goes over to there and he's being cool. Really, really neat with them. Because of how Cyclone works and you make a full advance, push to the limit works with that. So if the Tyrant Commander is within, Tyrant Command range, you can make his Cyclone work a little bit further. And then with Serenity, it gives some really awesome assassination potential because Naaresh just comes from downtown in there. But the Tyrant Commanders are all the way down there, can't really make that happen. So at this point, I'm just kind of redeploying my stuff, figuring out where everybody's going to go be so they don't just get killed by Mold or other guys in there. Terrorizer goes over in the other corner to contest because he's like, I'm going to go and be a hero. And really, really fun with that. And this is me doing, I think that was like my life drinker. I try to do a bleed on the bear. I hit, but I don't do any damage. And I believe that is the end of my turn, I want to say. Titan's up there at the top in order to prevent you from being able to score this circular zone.
Yeah, so the beginning of my turn, I think it's finally time for my anchor pieces, my hammer bros, to come out and do stuff. If I remove this, I always forget the name. This, what's the heavy down there?
The bronze back.
Yeah, if I remove this bronze back, you don't really have anything that can remove rock. So I'm thinking I use Boomhowler. He threshers and tries to remove the Terrorizer and knock down the heavy. He can't get there without being rushed, so I'm going to have to use the Axer MVP right here, because just being able to have further on threat ranges is oh wait, no, he can't get rush. I use the speed buff on the stone in order to get him there. That's the plan there. Never mind, rush only works on beasts. So I'm planning this out. That Agonizer in the zone is also really annoying. Like, I can't get to it very easily with much.
You're gonna rush, not Mole. What's the rock? You're gonna rush rock to go in there and take care of that.
So I go with the stone. Stone sinks for speed again. And I still haven't dealt with the 3 massive heavies that are sitting in this top zone, but I have stuff in the way, so I'm not super worried. So Boomhowler took the speed buff because he is a Northkin model in this theme. He charges the Agonizer and Threshers. When he does a star attack Thresher, he gets a second Thresher, which is cool. So he's going to roll 4 dice on this poor Agonizer.
Yeah, the Terrorizer ends up not... I think you just crit and just kill the Terrorizer in like 1 hit. It was like 14 damage.
Even at power 11, I think I just cranked the damage roll. I think I rolled at least 2 6s there. He hits the bronze back, probably tickles it a little bit, knocks it down crucially.
I think you were also in Agonizer -2 damage in that.
Yeah, so he's only power 11, so it's not as good as he could be, but still rolling 3 dice. So I have gotten rid of your rush bot. Doomy is going to recast the Pyrotroll Animus onto Molg, because I think I'm going to send Molg into that top zone now. He wants to go rock, but that Agonizer is probably going to prevent me from one-rounding Tibbers, so it's kind of a problem. I have Primaled Rock as well, thinking that Rock is going to go into that bronze back. I think I deviate from that later on. I go with the Raiders. I put Raiders in the way. The thing they've been doing all game. They swing a couple times and do inconsequential damage. But they continue to be in the way. And those 3 heavies add up to like 40-something points. So these 13 points are doing their job. I'm sitting there thinking about Molg, knowing that the math does not work out for me when it comes to that -2 strength. And then I said, screw it. He's got 5 Fury on a Bronzeback that is not in his control range right now. So even if he doesn't die, like, he's not going to come kill Rock. So Rock is speed 6 currently from the stone. I am going to rush Rock so that he can charge his mighty 11 inches.
No, my Agonizer!
At the Agonizer. And he looms...
Leave the little baby alone.
He looms harshly over the Agonizer with his charge attack and obliterates it. I think I missed my Assault Spray. Doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't matter. You obliterate it.
I have nothing to Berserk on, so my Berserk Goad play isn't nearly as fun. But I goad him back and force him to goad back. I'm sitting there thinking, well, this bottom zone is still lost to me, but I don't really have to worry about that heavy for a turn. I moved the Pirate Troll up before I realized that Pirate Troll is Mat 5, Rat 5, so I figure I might as well just stand there and not be in 2 inches of you and get my Rat 7 and just throw a Firebomb at that Centrati.
Yep, and the Centrati, I think takes 4 damage? No, you just kill it. And I don't do a tough check. You hit my Standard Bearer because, why not?
He's there. He's there. He's in the zone. He's something else I can remove from this zone.
Look at my flag.
Oh, also I feated this turn. My feat is that whenever you use Fury or Focus, you take a d6 while within 16 inches of Doomy.
My favorite story was the one that you said with, like, Pete, and it's just like, I got Immortality, I got to boost it. That's 46. He's like, do it. It's just like...
He was the bravest man I have ever seen that day. I could have just one-shot him, like, right there. Alright, so Molg walks up and just starts beating on Tibbers. Now that he's power 21.
Yeah, Tibbers is only, like, 21, so it's all plus 1.
And Molg is a focus Fury 5 under Doomy, so he gets, like, 7 attacks here. So I think he finishes him off pretty handily.
Yeah. No, that's right, you slam him.
I slam him.
We made a mistake, everybody. We made a mistake. Yeah. Sorry.
Tibbers is unable to be slammed. He was going to die to that last attack regardless, but I ended up critting on that last attack, so I wanted to, slam him through some stuff. So I think the Archidon probably took a little damage where he shouldn't have taken it.
It was like 3 damages, Nathan. Like, monumental.
Dunyan Archon walks up, and she just continues to contest this zone. Madrak walks up. He also contests the zone. My goal is just to put a wall up here so that you can't get into my backline, essentially. I score 1 here from the middle zone.
Yep. So at this point, this is me trying to figure out what I need to go do. Bronzeback stands up. He's going to go ahead and attack... what's his face? Boomy?
Boomhowler.
Boomhowler. He ends up hitting him for 7 damage. We put a proxy down because of Tusks.
I didn't realize that you just shake knockdown. I thought you were just going to wiggle there and just dump your fury.
Yeah, no, so how the frenzy works is that you shake all the things, you're knocked down, you stand up, and you charge what closest them. So, boosted charge, only get boosted damage roll if you move to 3 inches, but I was not there. So at this point, I have, Naaresh hanging out. He has 4 blood tokens on him. I don't roll what he loses. I think I do it on his turn because I forget about how that ended up working. So this is me using the paralysis Kreia, and he rolled all 6s on it. It was awesome.
That poor bear is just going to stand in your deployment all game.
Stay there. This is me trying to figure out what to do with the beast handlers, and how the beast handlers end up working is that they have the ability, if you whip something, you can end up adding fury to it. So I'm going to try to add more fury to Mold to, potentially make it so they end up frenzying, but only 1 guy hits. So womp womp, feels bad.
Yeah, so that still screws my my math, so I'm going to have to make a frenzy check on somebody this turn.
Yeah, so that's fun there. I'm now just trying to figure out where I want to go and move my other models here. So I just cleared, remove little forest pieces and put them in there to prevent you from scoring that. And in hindsight, I don't think I really needed to go and do that because what are you going to do? Run your whole rock guys over there? No, I think it was because of Doom Howler. Doomy could have gone down there.
I could just run with Doomy and try and score that.
So that's why I ended up putting them in there. Here is me using the Archidon. I'm trying to crit pitch. It didn't work, and then I ended up having him Lightning Strike to go back there.
Mole continues to regenerate.
Yeah. And then from here, I'm trying to figure out where everyone's going to go ahead and go. I put Marquette there in order to... No, wait, I think I considered putting Marquette there. Instead, I'm going to go and try to use them for maybe a Harmonious Exaltation. This is me then trying to figure out... Oh, this is me doing the Hyper Regen. So he heals for 2, and he lost 1 blood token, so he goes down to 3 blood tokens on there. But I can't whip him anymore because the whatchamacallit guys have already gone. The beast handlers have already went. And at this point, I'm just trying to figure out how can I end up dealing with this? So I believe the Archidon is in the back area contesting there. You have who is it? The Zero Warlock or
Madrak Zero.
Madrak Zero, yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out where Naaresh is going to go. I'm trying to set up for an assassination, and I have him run into the forest. I end up realizing at the end of my turn, he didn't have Pathfinder, so during Amy's turn, I'm going to go and move him. This is me just redeploying the Titan Sentry to go over to there, and the Sentry ends up going over there in order to just contest that zone, and I clock it over to him.
Yeah, so we're both pretty low on clock now, so I'm going to have to rush a little bit. I now have too much Fury out, so I have to do a Frenzy check on my Pirate Troll, because I can't take it all back in. So I get my 7 back, I still have 1 on the Pirate Troll. Pirate Troll rolls a 7, and he is threshold 9, so he's fine. He gets to be still a dude. I get everything back on Madrak. Madrak lets go of Bracer finally, because he wants to go do work. The Axer just shifts up. Madrak is going to charge the Archidon over there. I'm going to go with his stone first and give him another +2 strength.
So I thought I was in his back arc during it. We ended up using the laser to realize it, so that was a misplay on my part. Probably would have been better for me to just put him back over onto the other side. But Madrak goes over there and you just destroy the Archidon. There's no way for it to survive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm boosting the hit because I need 7s because I'm only at 7, but he's power 16 with the +2 strength, so he obliterates that Archidon. That scores me the top zone. I push my Raiders back just to say, hey, we're in scoring mode now. We're no longer in tying you up mode. My Pirate Troll walks up. I don't think he does a whole lot. Again, I'm low on clock, so I'm trying to make sure I just get what I can done. I'm up 3-0 on Scenario, so as long as I don't get myself killed, which, Doomy's kind of swinging out in the breeze over there, so probably not in the best location. Boom Howler walks up and kills a dude in the zone. I am taunting you with Boom Howler at this point.
I did not appreciate this. I did not appreciate that because I'm like, oh, I want a Cyclone up there and charge him so badly.
Yeah, Doomy walks up and puts the Pirate Troll Animus on Rock.
Lamentation.
Yeah. Rock walks up, swings on the little dude, little whippy dude. Yeah, and then I berserk onto your Titan Sentry. Yeah,
and the Sentry ends up not surviving this in there. You end up killing it.
Yeah, so I'm all excited right now. I'm just ready to just berserk and goad onto everything. Rock wants to go kill the world. This is why I built this list. I really just want this to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there. I'm buying a bunch of attacks on him. I'm power 20 right now, so it's pretty nasty, and I'm running really low on clock. I'm down to 4 minutes. I think I have 4 Fury out. I finish him. I shake his hand, and then this is not on video, but I continue to move around with Rock.
You're so excited to play. I'm like, Andy, you won. Stop. You won. Stop. You got 5 points. You're good.
Well, thank you both so much for being back on the channel. I believe you guys were actually our first original episode too, so it was really cool throwing down. For those that might not know, Paul just welcomed a new member to his family in the past couple of months, so he's recently started coming back to the game shop, so congratulations to him, and it's really good to have you back.
It's been fun.
At this time, do you guys mind just taking a few minutes to discuss the game?
Sure. Paul and I are not very experienced Trolls/Skorne players, so if anyone wants to comment on big mistakes we made or weird things that probably shouldn't have happened, go ahead.
I'm gonna
that being said,
I have not played Skorne since December of last year, so it's just we haven't had.
Yeah, I recently bought a Trollbloods lot, and while I'm loving Trollbloods, it's weird to pick up a new faction and just become a total noob again. It's a lot of fun though. I love my Hammer Bro list. It's just so goofy and janky, and there's all kinds of weird stuff it does. I know Paul had a lot of trouble like trying to figure out where the attack vectors were going to come from, and that's kind of the point of the list.
Yeah, so you're right about the vectors on that. It's just everything coming far away. I'm not used to playing against like this kind of trolls. Most of the troll stuff I think that we see is typically, what is it? Gunny 2. It's like Gunny 2 in the
a billion Creel
That's
warriors.
all we ever see anymore. So to see something like this, I'm like, what does this do?
Yeah, I generally try not to net deck a whole lot, and I'm trying to diversify my troll list so far. We're planning on doing a little granny off at some point. I'm gonna drop Kolgrima, and I think Eric is gonna drop
Old Witch one.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to do that eventually.
About it is it's funny you say about the net list, because I think it's really easy, to go and like I'm gonna go play Zal 2 or I'm gonna go play Makeda 2. Play like the new hot stuff. I just like playing the janky stuff with Skorne. I find it more fun, I think, just because it's just something different. I love Naaresh in what is it called, the Disciples of Agony, and I have more. I think I have like another Sentry, and then I think I also have a Gladiator like in that list, and it's just Yeah, it's just a.
You have 2 more heavies in that list?
Because I don't have them. I have the assassin guys, the blood runners, but yeah, it's just a stupid fun list. Like getting up to armor 26 is like, how do you deal with this? So I think definitely like this game, I definitely spread it out the models a little bit too much. Again, I'm not. It's been a while since I've done like a beast perk like this. I would love to get like more reps of this and get back to it, but. Nah, it's fun stuff. I love him. His assassination potential, like, I was always, like, wondering if I was able to go and do it, but, yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because your Guardian Beast, I didn't realize how that one worked. Like, ugh, isn't it bad?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to do that all game.
Yeah.
You came close with the Centrati. Oh, real quick, shout out to Grant from the Liberty Brawl. Gave us those really cool scenario circles and rectangles and stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun in Philly. If you guys are on the East Coast or want to make the trip out,
and again, another shout out to the Delaware Warmachine community for making the awesome 3D terrain. We were talking about it, and if if you're interested, like put in the comment sections down below if you are interested in learning how to make those little toppers. I think they're really, really great. You're able to pull off the pieces that you need to. Makes a little bit more dynamic tables, and I mean, I'll tell you this, it's a really, really pretty game Warmachine to go play on, so.
Yeah. Alright, well, good game, brother.
Yeah, good game. Until next time, I'll go play Skorne again in another 7 months.
Thank you for watching. If there are any warcasters, warlocks, or factions you would like to see on the channel, please let us know in the video comments below. A big thank you to our patrons who help support the channel. It's a huge help. Thank you so much. And as always, see you on the next Tried and True Battle Report.